With a pistol in my head like I'm a cop. And resume already in a rock star. This ain't no guitar, this a clock.
Yo, manze, it's been long time we were set.
It's been a while, manze. It's been a while, but you have to understand the weather in your room is cold.
Now it's a very dangerous time.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous time of the month to be alone.
So, mnaona manze, we are on hoodies hapa hivi.
Buddies, small gang hoodies. Get your hoodies.
Yeah, because if you don't get them hoodies,
you'll raise them babies.
Ama you'll buy them hoodies. At funny free.
No.
Should be
funny free.
So manze, on today's episode, leo tutakuongelea about a topic yenye iko very much referable to many of us. It's a topic about generations. Thinking about generations, what comes in your mind, man?
Manze, when you talk about generations, the first thing that comes into my mind is the most top generation.
And which is that generation?
Generation Z.
Generation Z?
Yeah.
Our generation.
The most actually talked about.
It's the most anticipated.
Everywhere you go, you have to listen to Generation Z did this.
But actually, do you know, before I tell you yetu, we have many generations. There are 6 generations, so which is the main topic we're discussing today.
So today we want to get to know generations.
We can start by naming for them by the way. These are generations in order to get deep. We were going back to the name in sequence.
Yeah. From the first one.
Yeah. With the first one,
Traditionalists.
Then the second one is boomers. Yeah. The third one is
Generation X.
After X, you know it's
the Millennials. Generation Y.
Generation Y. Z. And then the last one probably Generation Alpha.
Stay locked. And subscribe, like, and leave a comment.
Maze, give us those likes. Comment in pia maze, tunapata watchers wengi, si ndio?
Yeah.
Our daily watchers maze. People love me. So, in the topic, the first generation is
the Tradionalist generation.
Tradionalist generation. Our when last up to 1945.
Yeah, up to 1945. I know still kuna vita sana.
1945 was when World War ended.
Yeah, that's when World War II ended.
By the kuna toboy group by the mtuka Jaramogi.
Yes, Jaramogi Odinga.
Yeah.
The father trailer.
Yeah. So there's another person also, Nikola Tesla, the
inventor of electricity.
Yeah. So now people here, their main tools kama walikuwa napenda musical sana. Hiyo times that TV ilikuwa kweli, yes ilikuwa but sana, si ndio?
Also come realize generation TV ilikuwa, so it was a kind of a community raised on listening to a radio. So walikuwa to social sana, they could gather. Mmoja radio lazima mkae pamoja
msikize nini.
It was a social generation. I may say it so.
True. Ukiangalia by the for you to come together and listen to something like a radio, lazima mkuje kimoja.
Yeah, lazima mkuje kimoja. And in the radios, I hear the most message that was being sent via the radio ni proverbs too. They were just proverbs.
So the main walikuwa wanafunzwa mainly na proverbs.
Wanafunzwa mainly na proverbs.
Okay. So after generation Tradionalists, kuna generation boomers. So boomers ni from 1945 to 1964.
1945 to 1964. How ni like our grandfathers. These are people who are actually in their late 50s. If I'm not wrong.
And late 60s, 50s hapo hivyo juu. Do you know what they were named the boomers?
From what is here, they got the name boomers from because they were a generation that came after a generation that had been to a very long war.
Oh yeah, so they had to multiply.
That's why they boomed.
Because some people died in the war. Looking at it, so nadhani walirudi tu hivyo na kitu waliona kwa kasema hapa I must
raise them babies
and buy them houses.
It's the largest living generation.
Yeah. Juu ukiangalia example ya sana kutoka kwa hii generation ni mtu hapa Kenya, ni mtu kaa unajua Baba.
Actually, he's the son to Jaramogi.
So
who was in generation
X.
Traditionalists.
Traditionalists, yeah, the traditionalists. Jaramogi na mtuka Jomo Kenyatta.
Kenyatta.
So Hapo kwa generation boomers ni mtu kama Raila, mtu kama Murathe. Murathe unamjuaga?
Namjua the candidate for hiyo chama.
Jubilee chairman. Ametishia wasee hapo. Na mtu the trending person by the way anatoka kwa generation.
Wachako is actually is also a baby boomer.
Hapo kwa boomers
So tunaona about this boomer generation. This is a generation that mainly when they get into politics.
Most of them are leaders.
Most of them are the CEOs of companies. So like from what I actually heard is that the transition between traditionalist generation and the boomer generation is that the boomer generation came in a place to spread their family business. Because unapata kitu Raila aliendelesha, maybe for example it came from a family thing, so he had to continue the continuity. Somebody like let's say our president
Uhuru Kenyatta.
As
you know, Uhuru Kenyatta
he had to spread whatever his dad started. So it was a generation that I think that a lot of changes.
And you're looking at the characteristics, there are people who are very traditional, there are people who are very patient, and they're very responsible by them. Looking at them,
they are very responsible.
So after that generation of boomers,
we have the X generation,
Generation X, which you know them. They're our parents.
These are our parents.
Looking at their year, it from 1965 to 1977.
1965 to 1977.
So
actually, even my dad alikuwa
my dad among that group. So this mostly are our parents, and our parents' characteristics. Unajonga nika gani by the.
There are few something that they never known, and it has never been known. That's the generation that is few.
The numbers.
Yeah, the numbers.
Okay.
The population is not that
much.
Because after the baby boomers, they're the ones who followed, and during the baby boomers time, people had many kids that it wasn't a must for you to have a kid in the coming generation. Because you have brothers who have kids.
They boomed. Okay, I'm getting you.
That's what actually the funny thing that brought this generation X to be. And so in history, they are the most forgotten.
So they are not that much. As you know,
that's why you find our fathers they are people of their own being themselves.
You ukiangalia kwa generation X, mtu Elon Musk ametoka hapo.
Ni mse
very inventive. Ukiangalia characteristics zao ni wasi wako competitive. They're very confident. Mapero zetu bejuko tu.
Actually, when you can just to add on it, these characteristics, I think they were brought up because of these are people who are never looked by their parents. Umetoka shule uko peke yako kwa manami. So they had to build that character in them of being independent, confident, sociable. Yeah.
Then he was wamesoma. During that time is when education was started. So walikuwa wanasoma, then they come and get. You open kwa the government, they work in the formal sector. Most of them
are the ones who running our government sector.
So your generation mapero zetu atuguzi sana.
Nada tusibola sana. These are tusahau. Ando yongea ni tusahau. These are generation that walihoa mapema.
Oh, they were marrying at a very early age.
They were marrying at very early age. That's why I think the responsibility character part of it comes in. Because getting married
you start to be responsible at an
early age. That's actually something that made them be how they are right now.
Very true. Walikuwa na mapema sana, sio? Juu
ule unasikia ile tuchokana nini? Ule ashakuwa.
Juu actually ika to another generation by the wakiza mapema waka bring another generation into existence. That is Generation Y.
The
Millennials. Which are our brothers.
Our big brothers. We salute you wherever you are. If you're a big brother, if you're a millennial, like
support you. Like hapo, comment juu wakilike hizi videos topics zenye tunabongea sasa hivi pia unapata
Uzicheck again.
So millennials ni walizaliwa from 1977, as in ni generation imekuwa from 1977 to 1995, sio?
Yeah.
Ukiwa hiyo age group when ni
millennial,
juu nasikia watu wanasema ati mimi ni millennial na maybe ajui meaning. So
tunajua miaka yako, tunajua kwa categorize. So you're a big brother, you're like, so like I'm millennials. Okay, like somebody like big brother. Niko sure ni mzee anapenda ku come up with new things.
Ni watu invent.
Do the inventors.
Ukiangalia ndo pioneers to generation Z of which ni sisi, as in but ndo walianzisha hiyo chain ya technology, as in the ones who pioneered it au pioneered them,
ndo wameweza kueneza Facebook,
ndo kama muunda foundation. So they are pioneers to new technology zenye mnaona sasa hizo technology mpya.
So for whatever we are using right now is our brothers wali usher in the new dawn.
Inventors of new techs, you will invent new technology. Na ukiangalia pia kwa hii group hapo ndo place Mark Zuckerberg pia ako hapo ndani.
Mark Zuckerberg ni millennial.
So hata Kim Jong Un, ndio Kim Jong Un hapo.
What are the South Korean president?
Yeah, mazee
is that young?
Kim Jong Un it's like our brother, it's like our bro.
It's our big bro.
Yeah,
take care of us.
Our big bro na mwogofu mazee. So hadi Cristiano Ronaldo pia the great Messi pia hapo sasa. Beyonce hasa maselebu unajua bro. Dawa tumegrow tukiwa unajua tu.
Niko na swali. Okay, these millennials kuna kitu inanifurahisha sana unaniambia. Most of them are celebrities. Like during that time though, maybe waswali I don't know, or they realize the potential of being out there, the media and everything.
Nadhani mkati venye tumesema tu pioneers. Jondo alijumpstart like all this zenye ziko sahi. Ingekuwa hao sidhani kama ndo this credit ndio. So our love design come since
Generation Z. The most anticipated generation.
Hii generation Z yetu hisa ni sisi.
Kwanza tujue watu walizaliwa miaka gani. These are people walizaliwa from kama John alizaliwa 1996. Around 2012. Yeah.
Also though when you between that age group only generation Z. Like tu wako wengi.
But it's a large population.
It's a very large population.
And whatever they're being talked about each and every day is alarming. I don't know, it's us.
This generation is like the most researched generation
in the world. We're Generation Z actually.
We're Generation Z. So that's it because Generation Z. You can say, I don't say like, wanapenda kuongea mind yao sana. They got that freedom to speak their mind. And this come all through
technology. Talking about that, wanapenda kujiongelelea being free and everything. That's why I can see there's a new dawn of new, like the blockchain technology, where people wanna be doing the market on their
own markets. Wanna invite vitu zao.
So we can say like this generation is all about. For me, from my own words, I can actually name Generation Z as a generation of freedom.
They have that freedom.
They have the freedom.
Yeah, looking at it, because I must say most of them are becoming successful from their rooms.
Just from the bedroom.
Yeah, from the bedroom wanafanya vitu za blockchain technology, msana anafanya tu ma crypto hapo.
And he's making his own money.
Yeah, but the blockchain technology topic enough. So
Stay Lock will be having a segment on blockchain technology.
Each generation yetu ndo wase wana involve kwa hizo vitu. Most of them are becoming successful in their rooms.
Yeah, true.
Wewe ungesema jina tena umeona na sisi.
In the generation as I say, when it comes to education, this is a generation that education is easily accessible anywhere.
Looking at it, very accessible.
Anywhere, like if you want to learn how to play a plane, Just
YouTube.
just click on YouTube University. Like I can go. I was like to
I can fly this plane, but just I just have that crazy idea that I want to fly a plane.
And something that actually people don't know. Okay, we do understand is that it's a generation that can wanaweza maneuver a lot of things. Mnaweza learn kuendesha train, kuendesha aeroplane. Yeah, the problem is this thing is affecting the brain.
Oh, they are multitaskers. Causing damage to the brain.
Multitasking is a positive thing and also is a negative thing on the other hand. Because whenever the brain multitasks, and the brain is assigned to do one duty at a time.
It was said like it needs to do one duty
at a given time.
Okay.
In which Generation Z unapata their brain in a way that in a multitask. So it's making the brain tiresome.
Each generation people ukiangalia apart from multitasking, I say wanna influence the government instead of running it. You say they're not interested that much into.
They're rebellious.
Yeah, they're rebellious. You can say it like that. You say joto kitongalia sisi so much like IBC walitoa data zao kisema like it's registered.
They're not registered voters.
So
it's a generation that believes in making a way on its own.
But pia wana process information very fast. Looking at it, each generation will say wako chap.
Actually, the Generation Z is our ashas or AI. Our asha.
How some in the artificial
intelligence.
AI pia is another thing of its own. Ile no new technology say na come sasa. Akina Alexa nini sio? Juu by the generation yetu wako na advantages mingi pia na pia wako na ile the
disadvantage,
negative side.
The negative side imekuwa kwa mainstream. Actually, sisi I think sisi ndio tumongelea the positive side of generation. They should give a life for that. True.
Tuwasameongea sana.
Na mtu tuongelea about Generation Z. Uko pale nje unasikia like generation Z wanafanya I'm like why immorality.
Moral. Generation naye yenyewe tuko kweli. Yeah.
I'm hearing that there's a high rising immorality with this generation. That our parents are actually complaining. Yet they do forget they're the ones who let the big brothers go astray, which even opened the eyes of Generation Z. Because it was a mistake that ilifanyika, but morality ni kitu I think inafaa kwa personal discipline. You don't have to be kwa generation Z. You say sini Generation Z we have to be doing this. I don't think it's supposed to be something discipline to ile mtu anafaa kwa nao.
Yo, speaking of your attention span yao, generation iko very short. Attention span yao iko very short, like hawezi shika vitu haraka.
Hawezi concentrate.
Na ina kama result of vile ulisema multitasking. So unachiki ukimultitask unataka kushika hiki kidogo kama again you do another one. So unaona your attention span, you can't give attention to one thing. Hadi focus hapo is very short.
Nasikia ni attention span ya 8 seconds. Like fully concentration. Fully concentration. That's all like it's 100.
Ukiangalia generation pendo mada cases pia zimekuwa mob. Usikie hiyo story?
You hear somebody kill his house.
Ana did you have those cases during lockdown with them?
Yeah, during lockdown I could hear that there's a group of couples found who have been stabbed somewhere. And if you come to realize, you see this group of couples, they're people between your age.
Yeah, they were very young couples.
Yeah, very young.
Ramadan, I mean, so murder cases at this generation is very high.
People should just take it. So,
true. Hii generation pia ingine unaweza sema ukikata hivi ufikirie sisi tunajiongelea.
Ni sisi we are this generation Z. Mwiko kwanza ni I'll just continue and saying drug use. It's on another level.
Mimi nadhani drug abuse inaletwa na hii generation wako mostly depressed man. Tunacheki like wako depressed, that's why they're turning, most of them are turning into wanaingia kwa drugs, not it.
So people have to come up, describe people like have to bring up drugs, zile funny.
Yeah, drugs, people drugs, there are very many drugs.
Which one do you know?
I know a lot. Najua mapaki, paka sex. Mask of so, each generation wako so much depressed by the way. Na hizi zinakuwa cause na vitu kama wako anxious.
They're highly dependent on by the because when the generation our father what were but the reason why they were named Generation X.
No,
just to do a channel. Jina na msanii kwa John Fudge. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the generation that they didn't believe in hierarchy or in money or in societal pressure.
Oh.
That's why they never even worked hard that much. They were
very simple people.
They're very simple people. And due to change in economic status, pressure imekuwa turned. That's why they are turning. They're being dependent on the Generation Z, leading to the high dependency rate. Tax.
True. The generation pia ingine scale like they are bullies on social media. Kuna kuwe Kenya kwanza KOT. You know KOT bullies.
If you're in this line of duty, for bullied maze kuwa ready. But you bring it on the table. I believe I'm a man. Now
you can go ahead
to face your shit.
True man. Bullies msana kwanga bully ni msana kuja. Yoni feeling yako nayo. Unacheki. Yenda amekasirika si
wewe.
Sasa nileta ngori kwa comment section hapo hivi.
And it's something Generation Z wanafaa kujua maze. Like people have levels. Should respect people's.
So generation moja kwa bullies nini sana.
Before even we rewind. Generation Z manze. And we have to what we said earlier. What are Generation Z? But we have to prepare to know. We have to know whatever is coming after us.
After Generation Z,
we are building something.
There's a new generation actually.
There's a new generation in the making.
Hey man, this generation is me chill. Me just stay checking.
Me personally, this is a generation I'm looking forward to see how it succeeds and how it grows out to be. Because generation is TBC.
And you generation atujapea tajina but then it generation alpha.
Yeah, it's the alpha generation.
There is from 2012 to kuendelea sasa.
2012 kuendelea. The alpha generation. Ini generation tunapata kina Jaden. Akina hey Alexa. You're like for me a kid is being raised a 2 years old kid and is a user tablet. Okay, one of 2 years old.
Zilikuwa tumia katululu zile Nokia tukicheza Snake X zile.
But saizi akid wa 2 years anaweza amenupa na iPad.
By the generation alpha, most of them from an early age, so no longer they spend most of their time na iPad or kuna tablet. Actually, I was seeing a program in China. This actually your alpha generation haijafika South Africa. It's in China. This is a particular one. There's a baby anaishi peke yake, like independent babies. They're called independent babies. Something of a sort. Okay.
Yeah, they exist. This kid can come out from school, anaweza toka chuo, afike home, abrush shule, apike, akona utensils zake, zile ndogo zile as a light, as a beba nini.
This generation, China those.
That's the alpha generation, independent babies.
The generation is the
AI generation.
Hiyo AI imetengenezewa generation. Yani robotic world. AI ni robotic world. You don't have to do everything. So na it's like
make things, they make work easier.
So hiyo generation interesting.
It will be interesting. Actually, check it out in China. They independent babies. If you get a time, check it out.
And you ukiangalia nini? kitu kaa hii gari inajiendesha anga hii
Tesla.
Tesla. Unadhani ndio kina nani? Tunaenda imeanza kushika market.
Actually says in the market.
But tunasikia huyu jamaa na build something more bigger. Kwa check documentary like any industry. So imagine your generation akina J-Radio,
the alpha generation, they're gonna be on their own universe. Let's just say that. But and we're the parents, so we need to be ready to tackle this. We need to know how to be handling our kids during this kind of generation. Because with Zangalia, if one is a sequence of generations immediately to be placed for certain responsibility in a certain generation. That's why there's been that difference. The difference is in a disadvantage way. But there's decrease in moral, there's something. Okay, despite the fact that technology
the human side kuna diminish.
Yeah, kuna diminish. Actually, even our thinking capacity, our IQ has decreased during generations from traditionalist generation to up to now. The only thing we're trying to do, I do understand, is we need whatever was invented, we just reject.
Sasa tunaendelea tu kuifanya kuwe more better. Hapa ndo metaverse.
The metaverse world.
It's another truth is for the new generation.
It's something that we should get time and talk about with the audience.
True, any topic tutapenda hadi siku kuongea. Hata ukijua story ya metaverse tuchapie hapo hivyo. Leave us on the comment section tupe kitu bana kama job metaverse. Au sio? And pia manze, it's been a nice episode
as always.
So
if you stay cold, you'll raise them babies.
Yeah, manze, buy them hoodies, cause if you stay them cold, you'll raise them babies.
Buy them hoodies.
So manze, it's been a nice episode actually, and tutaku appreciate my fans wamekuwa na sisi baby. Yeah, tukapo na Bright hapo director.
Bright on the camera.
Usush pia kwa hapo hivyo. Unaweza sema tu kitu kwa background, mic chapika.
Nice guys, manze, nice content. Napenda hivyo manze, moral tu manze. Wish you all the best, naget.
Thanks man.
Thank you bro.
Bright was it?
Bana mnaniweka hapa sana.
Usijali bana, wewe shia bana. So manze, subscribe, like.
Yeah.
Fanya kila kitu au sio?
Keep following.
Manze.
Nice.